All right, it looks like it is now officially 10 o'clock, so we can get started tonight. We've only got 2 breaks this evening, a half case of Tier 1 baseball and a full case of Essentials basketball, the only 2 things we will be working on this evening. Before we get started ripping into packs and having some fun with that, we do have a little of the boring stuff to do first. We have some information to go over, so let's go ahead and get started with that. So first up there, you will see my feedback is completely automated on eBay. So what that means to you is you never have to wait on me. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you should instantly get it in return. And if you happen to feel inclined to leave negative feedback, well, hey, why don't you shoot me a message first and see if we can work it out before you do that. That's all I would ask. And next, most importantly, thanks to everybody. I appreciate everyone who stops by, watches the break, you bid, you break, you chat, in whatever way you participate. I'm glad to have you, and thanks for stopping by. We will next take a look at what's coming up here for the days ahead. This stuff is already listed on eBay. It's going to be breaking over the course of the next 5 days. New stuff goes up just about every night and typically does run for 5 days. So, of course, tomorrow we have a new product coming out, and that's Topps Finest Baseball, and we will begin breaking that tomorrow night with a full case break. We'll also break tomorrow night a full case of the Onyx Preferred Players Autographed Baseballs, as well as a Gold Rush Autographed Baseball jersey. On Thursday night, we're going to break a half case of our autographed mini helmets, a couple of boxes of Signature Series Baseball, and another full case of Topps Finest. On Friday, that's when Luminance football comes out, and it's actually pretty cool. It's got draft day signatures, on-card autographs. It's got the first live in-product autographs for Lamar Jackson and I believe Shaquem Griffin. I think both of those are going to be live in Luminance, so looking forward to that on Friday night. On Saturday, we will do another half case of the autographed mini helmets. We'll do a Game Day Greats autographed jersey, a full-size autographed football helmet, a Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey, and another case of Finest baseball. On Sunday, we will open a basketball jersey. Haven't done one of those in a while. Another case of the Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs, some more Signature Series baseballs, some Prime Signatures football from 2011, and another case of Luminance football. So that's what the 5 days ahead looks like. Again, all that stuff already listed on eBay and yeah, ready to go. For tonight, we don't have anything with free shipping tonight. We just have the 2 breaks. They're both paid shipping breaks. The first one is a half case of 2018 Topps Tier 1 baseball. The second one is a full case of Essentials basketball. Right now, I'm projecting those to ship out on Friday. If I can get them out to you sooner than that, I will. I am starting to get caught back up. Many of you know I took a little tumble last week and managed to bang up my ribs pretty good, so I've been working a little slower than normal, but I am starting to get things picked back up. Not quite as painful as it has been, so hopefully we'll be on track pretty soon. But for now, anticipating Friday. And if you are in Tier 1, okay, there is definitely a chance that your team might not pull a card in the break. If that happens, your consolation card or cards will go ahead and ship out with the rest of the break, since this is a paid shipping break. And that can be from, any year, any series. If you have any other past breaks where you bid and your team didn't pull anything and it was a free shipping break, those would join up and come along with this as well. So that's kind of how that works, and I think we're ready to rock tonight. 6 boxes of 2018 Topps Tier 1 baseball. This is break number 6. It's the first time we've broken in anything less than a case quantity, but, well, this is what they sent me. So, yeah, I had 5.5 cases. Sometimes I don't get their logic as to why they do things like that. I only order in full cases, but sometimes you just take what they give you, right? So there you go. And of course, it ended tonight on eBay, which is Tuesday night, June 5th, and we're live streaming it tonight as well. Finally, you are going to notice here that the background will be going out of focus. That is by design. Don't worry, though. We're going to be able to still see our cards and everything. I don't like using autofocus, and I like to be able to look at everything up close. So so we can get a good look at it. So, of course, we don't have anything to take out and number or deal with tonight because literally this came to me already as a half case. So, yeah, it's already there. So, we will see what we can find. Generally speaking, we're going to be looking for 2 autograph cards and 1 relic card per box. Usually when we're breaking in a full case quantity, there'll be a box or 2 with an extra relic card in it. Tonight, since this was a half case from the get-go, I have no idea if we will have that or not. But at the very least, we should have our 2 autograph and 1 relic card in each box that we're looking at here. This is, of course, the last of the Tier 1 that I have. But since we've got Finest coming out tomorrow, I guess it doesn't matter. We're still going to be in good shape, right? I guess it's tomorrow. Is today Tuesday? I've already lost track. I think today's Tuesday, right? I'm losing track of my whole week. Isn't that awful? Take one night off from doing live breaks and I forget what day of the week it is. That's pretty bad. Oh, it has to be, though, because we had the draft last night. So last night had to be Monday night. Which, by the way, I'm a little perplexed with my Cincinnati Reds. Like, why did we take that third baseman when there were still plenty of good pitchers sitting there waiting? And a couple of them actually even fell a lot farther than I thought they were going to, and we take a third baseman. And we've got Suarez that just signed a huge contract at third already. You know, then we've got Senzel in the farm system whose natural position is third, and we're trying to force him into second or short. And then, by golly, we draft another third baseman. Like, come on, does nobody notice that pitching seems to be our main problem? Oh, well, what are you going to do, right? Jason, Essential is right after we do Tier 1. All right, so first out, we have Puig for the Dodgers with a relic numbered to 335. That is followed up by another hit for the Dodgers. That one is Chris Taylor, and Chris is numbered to 275. Following that, we have Didi Gregorius for the Yankees. And, of course, anytime they, for whatever reason, when Topps pairs a relic with an autograph, it's a sticker. The rest of these are going to be on card. But whenever you see a relic autographed pairing, usually a sticker. So numbered to 100 for Didi Gregorius. And we did manage to get ourselves a little pinstripe on that relic, too, for the Yankees. Next up, for the Cardinals, nice young pitcher, Jack Flaherty. And that is numbered to 335. Next, the Brewers have a hit with Brett Phillips. Brett is numbered to 275. And then for the Pirates, Josh Harrison. And there we have another relic and autograph pairing. That one numbered to 100. So once again, sticker auto on the Josh Harrison. Yuli Gurriel is our relic out of this box, and that is for the Astros to 335. And, you know, I didn't look at the rest of these as we went through, but they do kind of all have that same... many of these, especially the relics in Tier 1 this year, have had in the lower left-hand corner, like little bits of chipping and imperfection. Occasionally it's in one of the others, but most of the time it's in the lower left. It's been kind of weird, and it's been that way all throughout Tier 1. Jacoby Jones, Tigers to 275. It doesn't seem to be much variation from that tonight either, so there are some imperfect corners on the back of these. Jose Ramirez, numbered to 100 for the Indians. And it mostly seems to affect the relic cards, too. So, there you go, for what that's worth. Yeah, see, that one's just got a little minor one. Actually, a little minor on both and a little minor on the upper edge as well, but they're not terrible, but they're definitely not perfect. Sean Newcomb for the Atlanta Braves to 335. And back-to-back Atlanta Braves. Max Fried up next to 275. And Dodgers hit again. Wow, Corey Seager. And there's a nice little hit to 25 for the Dodgers. So considering that this is only a half case tonight, the Dodgers have had a lot of hits already. Sometimes it just flows that way, doesn't it? But the Cubbies are about to get involved. Again, more so lower right on this than lower left, but there is some upper left. So all four of your back corners with some minor chipping and wear. Addison Russell to 335. Cubbies. A second Max Fried for the Braves. How strange. To 275. It's like there's no mixing up of teams in here, isn't it? That's how it seems. Manny Machado for the Orioles, numbered to 50. Pulled a lot of Manny Machado this year out of Tier 1. And last up, oh boy. Oh, I thought that was a booklet. It's not a booklet. Okay, well, it was really thick and I thought it was. I thought we were about to get really lucky. Okay, I was wrong. But anyway, we still have a nice little Honus Wagner for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That is numbered to 50 with a piece of the bat there. So pretty cool little hit if you're Pittsburgh with the Honus Wagner. And then we have Tanaka for the Yankees. That relic numbered to 335. That's the one I saw the big thick part and thought we had a booklet. And yeah, I was wrong. Sorry. False alarm. Sorry. But we did get an extra relic in that box. You know, it's supposed to be one, we got two. Michael Fulmer for the Detroit Tigers to 225. And then we're wrapping it up with Travis Shaw and the Milwaukee Brewers to 275. So let's recap. I'm not going to do the backs of all of these this time. We'll just look at everything one more time in case you missed it first round through. And again, just remember the vast majority of our relics on the back, sadly, the corners and things with some issues, mostly minor, but some imperfections for sure. Fortunately, more on the back than the front. So this is the last of the Tier 1, but again, we will have Finest starting tomorrow night. It comes out tomorrow, and we will for sure get busy with that. We'll be breaking that in full cases, and as far as I know, I don't have any strange amounts, any half case or weirdo amounts coming with it. So we should have, I don't know, maybe 6, 8, 10, something like that. I don't even remember. But several full cases of Finest on the way. So we'll start in it tomorrow night. And that is it for baseball tonight, which is going to roll us right into Essentials Basketball. Let me get our spreadsheet set up for that. And for all my baseball folks that might be taking off, excuse me. Once again, thanks for joining. And hopefully I will see you again maybe tomorrow night for Finest. So if you didn't see this earlier, Essentials Basketball, Tier 1 both, paid shipping breaks, anticipating a Friday ship date. If I can get it out the door faster than that, I will. Just still kind of playing catch up a little bit from the sore ribs. Slowed me down a bit, but we're getting close. But for now, let's plan on Friday. If I can get it to you sooner than that, I will. And we are going to be opening 12 boxes of Essentials Basketball. This is a full case break, and this is break number 3. It is the last of the Essentials that I have. It all ended tonight on eBay, Tuesday night, June the 5th. We're live streaming it, breaking it tonight, June the 5th as well. Same format that you saw a moment ago there with teams on the left side. And, of course, your name in lights there, or your eBay user ID name, I should say, in lights across from your team. Let me just get our case picked up and on the table, and we'll get rolling. Oh, so I saw something interesting today, by the way. Do you guys remember Crown Royal football? I mean, they still make Crown Royal football, but they've had it as a retail only release for, well, I guess 2 years. I guess 2015 is the last year that it was a hobby release of Crown Royal. Well, they announced this week, yesterday I guess it was, they're going to have Crown Royal basketball this year. How about that? Yeah, so I think it's releasing sometime in August, which, yeah, you know what that means. We will still be breaking 2017-18 basketball in August into probably even into September. It's really kind of stupidly insane that we're going to be having the draft here in a couple of weeks, but yet still opening 2017-18 product for another 2 months, 3 months. But anyway, that's what they're doing, so there you go. I am just getting a few sleeves out on the table here, and then we're going to get cracking with this. Okay, so in general, we're looking for 2 autographs per box in this. I have found in our, I just made a mess of that, in our other couple of cases that they have replaced that with Panini Rewards points here and there. So I think one of the cases, maybe we had 1 Rewards point card. Another case, I think we had a couple of Rewards points cards. So if that happens tonight and we pull Rewards points, I will just use random.org at the end of the break to award any that we might pull. As far as numbered cards go, there's not a lot of numbered stuff in here. It's either going to be base cards numbered to 99 or they're going to be 1 of 1s. There's not really too much in between, other than, I mean, signed things may be numbered differently, but I'm talking base cards without a signature. Will either be to 99 or will be 1 of 1s. Loads of inserts in here of various types, but they are not numbered. And what else? I can't really think too much. Not too much else. There's a red variation in most of these cards too. A red background variation in addition to the base. The base cards look like this with kind of that copper color behind them. There's one of our inserts that's called Indispensable Rookies. That one, of course, Dennis Smith Jr. That's an example of one that has the red background. I mean, that's probably fairly obvious. I guess I didn't have to tell you that, but anyway, I did. It was too late. It was already coming out of my mouth. A die cut Paul George for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then, of course, we should have somewhere in here, we'll most likely have our card to 99. There's usually 1 or 2 of those per box. First signature hit is, gosh, guys, sorry. Man, is Sabonis. And that's for the Trailblazers. And is that numbered? I don't. Yeah, it's to 25. It is numbered to 25 for the Blazers. Looks like got a little bit up there in the upper left. And everything else on that one looks to be pretty decent. There's a nice little Jason Tatum in the red version. And then everything else, just kind of base. Here's our numbered card. It is Willie Cauley-Stein to 99. We'll get that rocking and rolling. So on the base and things like that, I'm mostly just going to kind of keep on trucking. And if you, I see a rewards point coming up. If you want anything to adjust, you want something to go faster, slower, whatever, you let me know. We'll get that taken care of. Lauri Markkanen in the red version for the Bulls. Reward point, 250 points. We'll award that at the end of the break because, of course, it has replaced one of our hits. Future Legends Ben Simmons. I don't know why they have certain series where it seems like they are much more likely to put in rewards points than other series for some reason. That's numbered to 99 for the Clippers. Todosic or something somewhat, maybe not at all similar to that. Let's face it, I always pronounce the names wrong. So you saw who it was. That's probably the best thing you should go with, not what I say, because I'm going to get it wrong most of the time. Well, good grief. So I haven't really seen the configuration yet for the Crown Royal basketball, but I am kind of looking forward to it. If it's going to be similar at least to the way Crown Royal football was, because I liked Crown Royal football. You know, it was a hit per pack, and there were, I think, what, four packs per box, maybe something like that. So it wasn't a ton of cards. The hit-to-card ratio was good. The hits were usually really good. I was always a fan of Crown Royal in football. Never really understood why they took it to retail only, but they did. And then I got some clarification on the Opulence basketball that they announced a few days ago. So it's pricey. Yeah. Like, you know, it's going to be around $900 a box. And I mean, it has some good stuff in it, but, whew, I mean, you're talking right up there around flawless price for that. Kings have a nice hit here with De'Aaron Fox, numbered to 49. That is a sticker autograph. Most of them, or if not all of them in this series, are stickers. But still in all, pretty cool little hit there for the Kings with De'Aaron Fox. I know he didn't do quite what everybody had hoped this year, but I think he certainly played respectably, and I would imagine that he's going to get a lot better too, right, as the years go by. Because, I mean, the kid was young. That's what, of course, they all are these days. I mean, they're going into the NBA 18, 19 years old. I mean, oof. A nice little Donovan Mitchell die cut for the Jazz. Rock the Rim is the card set on those die cuts. I don't know if I said that a while ago or not. I cannot imagine, though, for real, what would it have been like if I had been, oops, that is numbered. Brandon Ingram is to 99 for the Lakers. Let's just say, imagine yourself even at the age of 18 or 19, suddenly having millions of dollars and kind of being out totally on your own for the first time. What would that even be like? I cannot imagine. So these guys have, I think they do well to even focus on basketball at all, because, I mean, gosh, I remember what I was like at 19. If you added millions of dollars to that, it probably wouldn't have been a very good scenario. Sterling Brown for the Milwaukee Bucks. And Sterling is numbered to 10. So there's a nice low number hit for the Bucks. Of course, I mean, obviously they've got to have a pretty good amount of discipline, right? Or they wouldn't be where they are. They've had to practice and work and everything for a large part of their young life to even make it to the NBA. So I guess there's that. But still, youth and millions of dollars. Yeah, I don't know. And of course, it looks like the Warriors are just going to roll right on to another championship. I mean, if you're a Warriors fan, that's totally awesome for you, because that, you mean, they're definitely in the midst of a dynasty. But if you're not a Warriors fan, it's just kind of like, I'd I would have rather it, even if the Warriors were going to win, just play somebody different than the Cavs. I feel like I've seen that movie 4 times, mostly because we have. But anyway, going to play out like it plays out. And I believe it's going to be Golden State once again. At least we have the draft to look forward to, right? There is that. Dwayne Bacon to 99 for the Hornets. I think the Hornets are looking for Malik Monk to step it up a little bit next year. He's another one that maybe didn't quite live up to what they had hoped he was going to be from the get-go. But I will say I think he was coming on kind of at the end of the year. It seemed like it anyway. He was getting better. Rock the Rim, Draymond Green, and the Warriors. But it's so funny because they talk about, you know, for instance, Bogdanovic with the Kings. He had a really nice rookie campaign. I mean, I would expect the guy to get better, right? Zach Collins to 99 for the Blazers. And started out good. Like, I would be happy with that if I were the Kings. But yet, they're kind of not. Because all the powers that be, the talking heads, if you will, they're all like, oh yeah, but he's already 25, so he's probably not going to get much better. Like, what? 25 is so young. How do you say he's just done? Chandler Parsons to 99 for the Grizzlies. I mean, the kid's still very young. He's been, well, he had 1 season, and it was a really good season, I thought. But all the talking heads are already, oh yeah, he's maxed out his potential. You know, he's not going to improve from that. It's the best he can play. Really? At 20? I don't think so. So we've kind of, the whole world's gone crazy now. Now everybody's expecting these kids to show up and play like grown men at 18 years old. But anyway. But speaking of kids playing like grown men, what about the deal with, why have I forgotten his name? Oh, the quarterback at Oklahoma. Going to take over, well, we think he's going to take over for Baker Mayfield. There's 2 of them fighting for the job, but he's the one that showed the most potential. Two-sport guy, also plays baseball, and got drafted at number 9 last night by the A's. And they apparently, which this seems crazy to me, but apparently the A's are willing to, you know, pay him his hefty little signing bonus and let him play football in the fall before fully committing to baseball after the football season is over. So how about that? Because you wouldn't have expected that. Because the injury potential in football, of course, is huge. And I think if you once the A's pay him that little bonus money there, yeah, well, I don't think you get it back if something happens. So I thought that was quite interesting. I mean, not that he was drafted, because I think everybody kind of assumed he would be drafted, but that he was drafted that high. Because, you know, typically if it's somebody you're not sure if you can get them signed or not, you would wait and draft them a little later on. Kobe Bryant rocked the rim for the Lakers. Our signature is numbered to 99, and it is Ray Allen for the Heat. Kind of a little throwback signature there for the Heat. But, of course, Casey Mize went number 1 overall, which nobody was surprised at that. Tigers got him. Jawan Evans to 99 for the Clippers. But, I don't know, draft is always, no matter what sport it is, the draft always holds some secrets, some surprises that busts out on you somewhere along the way. Isaiah Thomas /99 for the Lakers. That could have been anybody, right? He's played for like 100 teams, but he played for 3 teams just last year. Celtics, Cavs, and finally the Lakers. Or maybe the Celtics, I guess, traded him in the offseason. Numbered /99 for the Pistons, we have Richard Hamilton. Well, if I could get the sleeve open, that'd be helpful. But I would definitely, if it were me, and I could choose who I was going to draft, like if I was the GM of an NBA club, I would take that European kid all day long at number 1. I think everybody's kind of assuming it's going to be Ayton at number 1 and the European kid at number 2, but and Ayton may be a solid number 1 pick. I just, you know what you're getting with that European kid. He's already been playing in stiff competition, you know, EuroLeague kind of stuff. I still remember when the Knicks drafted Kristaps. Remember that? Porzingis back in, what was it, 2015 draft? And like the Knicks fans were so mad. They booed, and it was awful. And now, you know, it's kind of the norm to take the European guys and to want them. Because the Knicks fans did not want Porzingis. They were mad. But there's probably never going to be as much booing as there is in the NFL draft. Man, do they hate Goodell. That is numbered /99 for the Blazers. Zach Collins. I'm always amazed at how much and how often the people in attendance at the NFL draft manage to boo the commissioner. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, baby. How about you, Celtics? There's a nice little Jason Tatum /99. That's who we've been waiting to see. Very nice hit for the Celtics with the Jason Tatum /99. So we saved our, whoops, we got somebody stuck behind there. We have saved our best box for last. There, I finally got it out. Best box for last on, or best case, I should say, for last on this Essentials, it seems like. And what is this, number 249, also for the Celtics. Daniel, is it Theis? Yeah, whichever. Anyway, both hits out of that box for the Celtics. And really, once they hit the Jason Tatum, they're happy if you've got the Celtics. And actually picked them up at a good price tonight, too. Surprisingly, Celtics and Lakers both went a little on the low side this evening, more so than normal. Anthony Davis /99, Nola. But definitely a couple of nice hits there for the Celts. Javier, what would you say about my Celtics comment? Which Celtics comment? That we saved the best case for last, or that the Celtics are just super happy about the Jason Tatum and they don't care what else they pull? Or maybe both. Maybe both. Yeah, Tatum, he came out, it seemed, a little more freely towards the first of the trading card season, if you will, and then not as much in some of the later products. So nice to see Jason showing back up. course, we're going to have plenty of other times to find him, as we know. It seems like every day they announce a new basketball product for 2017-18. Oh, and they moved some dates around again, too. So, encased basketball, which I have really been looking forward to, they moved it. Should have already opened a couple months ago. This is to 99 Wesley Iwundu for the Magic. And they moved it back to sometime in July. Now they moved it again. Whatever we had coming up at the end of June, which I can't even remember what that was, got shoved back. And now they've moved encased back up to the end of June. TJ Leaf to 99 for the Pacers. So I know we'll have that coming up in a couple of weeks. And then beyond that, it's just a mess. They just keep moving everything around, so I don't really know. We're not far from Spectra either, I don't think. Hey, there's Bill Walton. Is that Bill? Yeah, that is Bill Walton. Numbered to 99 for the Trailblazers. How about that? Blazers. That is a definite blast from the past. But I'll be glad for Encased to get here. Lillard to 99, also Blazers. Because Encased football is really excellent. I really like that product. And I don't have any reason to think that basketball won't be as good as the football version is. So I'm kind of psyched about that one. And of course, Spectra is always fun, so never going to go wrong with Spectra. And I don't even remember what all the other new ones are, besides Opulence and oh my gosh, Crown Royal. I started to say Court Kings. I'm like, what is wrong with me, Crown Royal? But there are some other new ones that I just can't think of. Oh, Noir. That's not a new one. It's an older one. But Noir is another one that's not too far out. It'll be around, probably close to a $2,000 case for Noir. I think there's 4 boxes in it. But it's such a cool product. If you've never checked it out before, it's a very cool product. Some of my favorite cards come out of that series for basketball. And actually, I like this card series fairly well, too. And they're on the thicker card stock. Probably about 55 point or so cards. Kind of a cool design. I like the dual image. I mean, as a whole, I like the set. I mean, there's always things they can tweak a little bit for next year, but for the most part, I think they did a nice job with it. The Rockets with Key, numbered to 49. So some good rookie luck in this case. Well, go find our other autograph right away, aren't we? And it's another Sterling Brown. We already have one Sterling Brown. Now you have a bookend. Numbered to 49 for the Bucks. Because really, why would you want to stop at just one Sterling Brown autograph? If you can have 2 or more. Allergies getting the best of me tonight. And believe me, the last thing you want to do is cough or sneeze when your ribs are busted. Whew, it is not fun. Rock the Rim die-cut DeMar DeRozan for the Raptors. Yeah, that is, I learned that the hard way. Hiccuping, actually, too, oddly enough. Like, the day that I did it, I got the hiccups for, I don't know, probably the first time I've had the hiccups in, like, 5 years or some ridiculous length of time. Juwan Evans to 99 for the Clippers. So, of course, I get it hours after I've, busted up my ribs. Oh my gosh, did that hurt? It was just awful. I can laugh about it now, but man, you don't really think about how many things impact your ribs until you do that. Then you learn really quickly pretty much everything you do impacts them. Yes, it is. It is quite an entertaining scenario to try to do things sometimes with less than 100%, shall we say. All right, so we have what? Ow. Sorry. I just shook the camera there, gave you a little earthquake. I was trying to obviously move around and managed to hit the table because I'm very graceful. I'm sure you can tell, right? But mainly I can't sit in one spot too long because it does kind of hurt my ribs. So in the process of moving around, I gave you a little simulated earthquake there by hitting the table, hence hitting the camera. So yay. No extra charge for the amusement park ride that you just experienced. Yeah, sorry about that. It's kind of tight quarters in here with where the camera has to set. I mean, not in the room, but where the camera has to set versus where the cards are and where my hands are and all that. It's easy for a klutzy person like myself to bash into it. This is numbered to 25. We have Brandon Paul for the Spurs. You know, they still haven't announced a date yet for Flawless either. Like, I don't remember Flawless being this. I know it's always late in the season, but I really would have thought we would have had that announced by now, but guess not. Lillard /99 for the Trailblazers. He's starting to show up more and more these days. Of course, for years, Lillard had an exclusive autograph deal with Upper Deck. The only exception was when he was a rookie, Panini made some kind of side deal with Upper Deck to allow Lillard to be in a handful of products as a rookie. You know, half dozen or so maybe. So he, of course, signed then, and then hadn't signed with Panini in all the subsequent years since then because of the Upper Deck deal, which finally expired, and then Panini signed him, I don't know what it's been now, maybe 6 months ago, something like that. And finally, a lot of his autographs are starting to work their way in. Tyson Chandler /99 for the Suns. Ryan, I thought you would like the NBA jersey break. And you know the reason that I decided to get that? Well, aside from the fact that you kind of reminded me that I hadn't opened any NBA memorabilia in a month or so, was if you look at some of the things available in the set, one of them was Jason Tatum. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm willing to take a shot on that. So yeah, I didn't order a million of them, but I got a few of them. So we'll break 2 or 3 of them anyway out of that particular series. You know how Hit Parade does it. It's all in a series of 100. So they'll sell through that 100 and then they'll have a new series. Although frankly, a large amount of the time, the new series will have an overlap of the same people. So I think the way they do it's kind of weird. I would rather them do it more like Gold Rush does, which is just they produce a certain amount. They don't call it series whatever and do these weird 100-box groups. They just make a bunch, and when they sell out, they sell out. And until then, they're available. And that way you can have a checklist, a complete checklist, which, you know, Gold Rush usually has, and I prefer. Another point card means one of our hits got replaced. But the way they do it, you only ever get, I guess it's kind of a partial checklist, you know. They'll name maybe 8 or 10 guys and show 8 or 10 examples of the jerseys that are in there, and those are the only ones you know about. So maybe you know of 15 or 20 out of the possible 100 or so you could pull. Robert Covington /99. And our next signature, there's Sabonis again /25. So, like, dude's only in here 25 times in the entire product, and we have pulled 2 of them in the same break out of the same case. So, you own almost 10% of all available options for that autograph then. How about that? You only needed 0.5 to have the full 10%. That I noticed going through. Can you see that? That white down there? Corner of that's all chipped up on the LeBron James red on the front, no less. But anyway, there it is. So Jeff Teague /99 T-Wolves. If I see those kinds of things as I go through, I will point them out. Sometimes I don't see them until I'm sorting, but hopefully there aren't going to be too many in here that are like that. Anyway. We have 9 down and 3 to go. We're making reasonably good time tonight, I think, as compared to how it went the last couple of times anyway. I definitely always get faster as you go along, because you just get more used to get a feel for the product. You kind of know what you're looking for, about where it's going to pop up. You can go through the rest of it faster, but I think mostly it's just I can move better. My ribs are not as sore, so I can go a little faster. I think that's more or less what is actually happening. And our signature here, the Raptors. That is numbered /99, Alfonso McKinney. I gotta be honest, I don't know who that is. I don't know Alfonso McKinney. And if you're a Raptors fan, I'm going to assume that you do know who that is. Sadly, I do not. I know a lot of the basketball players. I probably know a good number of them because I really like college ball. So I watch a lot of college basketball. And I watch a fair amount of different pro teams because, you know, I went to school at UK, so we've got a handful of players in the NBA, and a lot of them play on different teams, so I kind of check out their games along the way. I don't necessarily have an NBA team, so to speak, that I particularly root for every time. Terrence Ferguson /99 for the Thunder. I just, generally speaking, want my UK guys to do well, and then the rest of the SEC. I like the SEC conference as a whole for those guys to do well. So we have a redemption, and it's a good one. Claim to fame signatures, Kevin Durant, Thunder. Of course, we will go to the checklist and verify that. We'll find out what it's going to be numbered to. We'll make sure that it says Oklahoma City Thunder. Actually, it's not going to say Oklahoma City Thunder. It's going to say Golden State Warriors. Woo, sorry. Yeah. Old habits die hard. Yeah, I know there's somebody's furiously typing into chat. No, no, no. Well, you haven't yet, but I'm sure you're going to. But yeah, sorry. Yeah. Darren Fox, Kobe's all rookie team die cut. Looks like it has a little bit of maybe some imperfection on the foil at the rounded edge there. I can tell you that in the past, there used to be a Kobe all rookie team, and might have been in hoops. And it's been a few years ago since it was in there. But those past Kobe all rookie team cards used to have a pretty good little value to them, relatively speaking. So I don't know how these will do. It's a new card set, but it's worth holding on to anyway to see if it materializes and see how things go with it. But yeah, I'd say this has been a good case. I mean, with Durant and Jason Tatum, we've had some nice hits in here. We pulled a Kobe Bryant out, a claim to fame signatures out of the last case. So, pulling some nice stuff out of Essentials. I contemplated reordering it, but in fact, I think I've lost money every single time I opened it. I lost money on it, so I don't think I'm going to order anymore for obvious reasons. I mean, sometimes you subsidize them, that's the way it goes, but when you do subsidize them, it usually means you're not going to be ordering a lot more in. That is John Collins to 99 for the Atlanta Hawks. I think just in general, basketball doesn't usually do as well as football or baseball. I'm not really sure entirely why, because, you know, a lot of the cards do bring good money, but I guess in general there's less available people to sign, you know, smaller teams and whatnot. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson, called to excellence. Which, hey, at least it's not J.R. Smith, right? Because if you're a Cavs fan, you're probably still a little mad at J.R. I heard that in Game 2 when they announced J.R., of course it was in Golden State home game, that Golden State fans cheered for him. That's just awful. Joe Ingles to 99 for the Jazz. Just like, gosh, the guy feels so bad. You know he does. How could you not? So awful. Well, I just ripped the top right off of that one, didn't I? Yeah, kind of flimsy boxes. Those are. They're weirdly made. I'm not exactly sure. If you have a hobby store, a brick and mortar store, I don't exactly know how you're supposed to display that so that people can buy packs out of it. It's kind of a, I don't know, the box is made oddly. All right, we are closing in on the last of this. So, if you have not yet pulled what you're looking for, now is the time to work your mojo. It is last box mojo coming up here. Let's see what we can find. Oh, there's a nice red Thomas Bryant for the Lakers. To 99, Austin Rivers Clippers. I may as well pick up another hunk of those, I guess. Damian Dotson to 99 for the Knicks. Malik Monk in the red version. I don't really know what the kind of the deal is with the red version. Well, obviously it's a parallel, but I mean, they're not numbered, and I don't know really if they're going to have a lot of extra value or not. Maybe, maybe not. It's always the guessing game with the new stuff, trying to figure that sort of thing out. Derek White, numbered to 49 for the Spurs. All right, we are coming upon the last one, and it is Josh Hart, numbered to 10 for the Lakers. Meanwhile, the Lakers let out like a kind of collective groan and go, why couldn't it have been Kyle Kuzma or Lonzo Ball? I know. Sometimes it works out, sometimes not. So we have a couple of things to do. Actually, we have 3 things to do, to be specific. We have these Panini Rewards Points cards, which will be awarded using random.org in a minute. We have a redemption to go verify on the checklist. It should be the Golden State Warriors. We'll find out also what it's going to be numbered to for Mr. Kevin Durant. And then after we accomplish those 2 things, we will do a recap of all of our signature hits in this break. So let's first go over here to the Panini checklist and find out what we need to know about Kevin Durant. What are we opening? Essentials. That is just terrible, isn't it? I started thinking about something else and then I forgot that. Claim to Fame Signatures is our card set. And Kevin Durant is card number 2. He will be numbered to 49. And of course you see there Golden State Warriors, as we would expect, but every once in a while, you know, they'll sneak something crazy in on you on one of these checklists. But that is signed, sealed, and delivered. Warriors to 49 on the Kevin Durant redemption. So that is all nice and labeled up now. We have got a couple of rewards points cards. So once again, I'm going to bring you along with me while we go through this process. So first up, of course, I'm just going to simply copy all of our team names. I'm going to just grab them right here from the spreadsheet. And then we will roll over here and use random.org. I'm going to paste them all in here. We have 2 different rewards points cards. There's one for 150 points and there's one for 250 points. There you can see all the teams did actually get copied and pasted. So I'm going to hit random 1 time down here, or randomize, and the team that comes out in the number 1 position will get the 250 point card, and the team that is listed in the 2nd position will get the 150 points reward card. So good luck to everyone. Here we go with random on this. So that is the Grizzlies and the Nets. So that means the Grizzlies will get the 250 points. And the Nets are going to get the 150 points. All right, I've got those all labeled up now, and we are ready to do our recap. So we might as well start with our nice little redemption here, a Kevin Durant signature for the Golden State Warriors. It will be numbered to 49. 250 Panini Rewards points. It replaced one of our hits awarded to the Grizzlies by way of random. 150 rewards points replaced another hit, that one awarded to the Nets by way of random.org. Numbered to 10, we have Josh Hart for the Lakers. Derek White. Derek is numbered to 49 for the Spurs. Tristan Thompson, looks like we've got a little chipping down there in the lower left. That is the Cleveland Cavaliers. It is numbered to 35. John Collins to 99. Maybe a little tiny imperfection down there. Nothing too major on the corner of that one. Alfonso McKinney /99 for the Raptors. Sabonis, there are a couple in here. This is numbered /25 for the Trailblazers. Nice little Lillard /99 also for the Trailblazers. The Spurs hit with Brandon Paul /25. Sterling Brown for the Bucks /49. We have Key for the Rockets. That is also /49. Maybe a little, is that, maybe that's just a, yeah, there may be a teeny tiny little lower left imperfection on that. Maybe a little bit the light hitting it and a little bit of small imperfection. Bill Walton for the Trailblazers, who seem like they have a bunch of hits in here, don't they? Numbered /99 for the Magic, Wesley Owundu. Daniel, yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Theus, yeah. Okay. He's for the Celtics, and we do definitely know his first name is Daniel. So let's just stick with Daniel, shall we? Jason Tatum /99 for the Celtics. That's the one the Celts care about. Then /99, we have a little Richard Hamilton for the Pistons. /99, Ray Allen in the Heat. Trailblazers again, Zach Collins /99. The Hornets bring him one home, Dwayne Bacon /99. Another Sterling Brown for the Bucks. This one, though, numbered /10. A very nice De'Aaron Fox for the Sacramento Kings. And De'Aaron is numbered /49. And then the second Sabonis, this is the one that's got the chipping up there in that upper left corner. But a second Sabonis numbered /25, also for the Trailblazers. So that's it for our recap. I will put the spreadsheet up again one final time, just in case anybody missed it earlier, or you know, you're watching it on the recorded version, you scroll to the end, whatever the case may be. Once again, here's your anticipated shipping date is Friday. If I can get it out to you sooner than that, I will. And what else? I guess we can take a quick little look at what's coming up in the days ahead. Not a lot of basketball this week. A little bit down there on Sunday with the Jersey, but most of the rest of this week is going to be about football and baseball. Yeah, for the most part. No new basketball things coming out this week. So that's what we're looking at, and I guess that is it for me tonight. Once again, thanks to everybody who joined me. I appreciate you stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you again the next time. Until then, take care. Bye now.